Hi, it's Ewan Ellery here making bonsai in Australia, and in this video I'm going to be repotting this bald cypress. So I actually grew this bald cypress from a cutting a couple of years ago, and I've really left it grow quite strong and pruned it back a couple of times. So I've done an original strong pruning here, which is actually fully healed up now. You can't really even see that anymore. And I've done a recent top just just during winter up the top here. So I'm going to be just taking out of the pot now. I'll probably put it back in this pot just so I can get a lot more vigor and really kind of conceal this drastic cut as well. But I just want to start seeing what kind of root system we have to play with. So I did have this sitting in my backyard, and it's gotten quite prolific growing into the ground. So I've just had to do some pretty extensive chopping to remove this. So I'm assuming there's quite some decent root structure in here. Having been grown from the cutting, it seems there's not an individual location where all the roots are kind of coming out from. So yeah, another good reason to be repotting it now and just trying to start to get a lot more control in the root mass from a good location so I can start to form future Nabari. Alright, so I'm just going to go and rinse out these roots just to see, as I get the feeling maybe the best Nabari is like really down the bottom, but I just want to confirm. Alright, so as you can see, there's quite a lot of there's no one individual kind of root plane that I could be going for, so I could realistically choose anywhere along here to kind of cut and start to form the basis of a new Nabari. I just want to confirm down the bottom just to see if it is worth trying to keep that, because it seems as though there's a bit of a flat kind of base at the bottom there where there's quite a few kind of roots going around, because there's quite a nice bit of flare. So I'm actually going to start getting rid of all this, and obviously this is going to mean that the height of the trunk is a lot different to what I thought to begin with. So I'll probably want to prune back a lot more significantly, put it back in its training pot, essentially just so that the severe pruning kind of flows a lot more evenly, get a lot more vigor into it so that it grows more and it conceals where I've pruned it so harshly. Now that I've kind of pruned it back down a bit, I'm just going to kind of prune a bit of profile just to get rid of a lot of the excess kind of clumps here. So yeah, it's kind of hit the bottom of the pot here, so you can see where there's this weird like little knobby kind of callus bit that's kind of lifting up. So I want a root plane that kind of comes down and flares out nice and naturally, so getting rid of that bit. Don't know what that root's doing. So there's quite a bit here that's really kind of flared out into odd directions. I'll just get rid of these parts that are wrapping around. Well, that was wrapping around all the way from over here. So I'll prune it here so it can go radially. And this was where the that big root part was coming out of the bottom of the pot, and I'll try and keep all of these feeder roots on that side. So yeah, start to flare it out. So yeah, as you can see, there's that nice flare there. So once I get some root mass forming, just cut that back a little bit more so it can grow out a little bit more radially. But yeah, once I get a lot more root masses forming there's that nice flare and movement in the base of the trunk there, which will develop some nice Nabari with time. And once I can get some proper kind of radial roots starting to form. So I'll repot it in the same pot that I had it. So I'll be positioning it, so these roots can kind of start to form out here. But I want a lot more kind of root mass to start to kind of move out this way in the future. This is what I'm keeping because I have it. That's where I want a lot more Nabari to grow. So I'll position it a little bit more over on this side in the pot, just so that it's got more room for root mass to form over there. So in terms of intended design for the rest of the tree, this is too high, definitely too high for the first kind of branches, but I want them down a lot lower, and if I keep this branching up the top here, it's really just going to be too thick and compared to any branches that kind of grow further down below. So I might be doing another pretty severe lopping. But I just want to pick what I'm going to be using as the front of the tree, and at present probably end up being that side because there's better Nabari kind of forming on that side. Could be either side really, but it's going to want to be one of these two. So I think I'll pick that view there with the view from the front as you see it. So I'm just going to be putting it in the pot now, but I will prune it back a fair bit more, given how much the root system I've cut off. I'm actually going to prune it back quite severely, so I'll prune it back to here. Quite a bit cut off there, and just prune it back to leave these two branches. So I'll probably wire these a little bit into position. Nothing insane, not going to need too much wire, just enough to put them into the kind of intended profile for the future of the tree. Alright, so completely decimated this tree, so I'm going to be putting it back outside, give it a good bit of watering, and let it grow for a fair while, and hopefully this will get a lot more bigger, and then this will be concealed with time, and start to form some nice branches a lot lower down. So look, I hope you enjoyed this video or took something from it. If you have, then please leave a like and let me know if there's anything you'd like me to cover in my future videos in the comments below. But look, thanks for your time today. Enjoy. Bye.